Hi there. Come in. Yes, this is the right spot, I think. Are you here for the preventative heart health assessment? Yes. Perfect. Then you're in the exact right spot. Do you happen to have an appointment? Okay, let me just check. Okay, yes. And your name is? Perfect. So the doctor will be ready to see you shortly. I'm just going to just have a couple of questions to ask you. It's just, the typical identification, insurance, that type of thing. So is that all okay if I just ask you that? Okay, perfect. So, first things first, you already said your name. Last name, can you confirm? Perfect. And your date of birth. Perfect. Okay. So you are here for the preventative heart health assessment. The nurse will go into detail with you, but are you having any symptoms of anything right now, or is it just purely preventative? Okay. Okay. And next, can you confirm your address for me? Is it still? No, it's changed. Okay. What's your new address? Okay. Is there an apartment number or anything? Okay. And the city? State is obviously the state, and the zip code. Alright, perfect. Okay. And your emergency point of contact? Okay. And how do you spell that last name? Oh, okay. And what's their relationship to you? Okay. And can you confirm their phone number for me, please? Okay. And finally, their email address? AOL.com? Okay. Sorry, it's just not one that you hear very often anymore. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Is there a secondary emergency contact that you'd like me to have on file, just in case? No? Okay. That's fine. Let's see. Next is insurance. So, do you have insurance with you? Yeah, you just have the card. Can you, just flip it around so I can see the number on that? Okay. Okay, perfect. You can take that and put it back. Okay. So, I think that's it. I'm just gonna have you sign in a couple spots on this piece of paper here. So I'm just going to have you sign here, here, and here, just where the highlighter is. Okay. So what this is saying is just that one, we have the ability to share your medical records with you, with your emergency contact, and also with any other doctor offices or hospitals that might contact us regarding any kind of medical history that they might need to know about. So that's if you move and you have a different primary care physician, or even your primary care physician, since the cardiologist isn't exactly through there necessarily. So is that all okay? Alright, then I'll just have you sign right here. Perfect. And then if you could initial just under that. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And then I've got one more paper for you to sign. Just find it. Okay. So I'll have you sign this one as well. And this one is just saying that we have the ability to treat you for any kind of thing that might pop up. It's like you said, this is preventative, so no reason to feel nervous about anything, but if anything were to happen, this paper is just giving us permission to treat you. Okay, great. So if that's okay with you, if you would just sign there. And also just under that. And if you could date it as well. Alright. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. So that is all the questions that I have for you. So if you want to just go ahead and wait over there in the waiting room, the nurse will come and get you. She may have some more questions for you before the cardiologist comes to talk to you. But, yeah, she'll be out any second, okay? Alright. Hi there. How are you doing today? My name is Nurse Aura, and I'll be kind of doing most of the stuff with you today. The cardiologist will come in and chat with you a little bit, but I'll be the one taking all of your information. And we'll be doing just a quick EKG test for you today, if that's all right. Yeah, it's just standard procedure for our preventative heart health assessments, so nothing to worry about at all. Are you feeling a little bit nervous? You seem just a little fidgety. Yeah, okay. So it is a little nerve-wracking always when you're getting stuff checked out with your heart, because it is such a vital organ. We all need it to be working perfectly. So I definitely understand the nervousness, but I promise everything we do today will be completely painless. There won't be anything scary that's going to happen, and you said that this is just preventative, so if you're not experiencing any symptoms, I really don't believe that we'll find anything today. But if I could ask, that's one of my first questions, is what did actually bring you in today? I'm just going to pull up my questions. So, since this is preventative, what brought you in today? Okay, gotcha. So you have a family history of heart disease. Okay. Okay. So let me just pull up the separate form specifically on that. Okay. Sorry, sometimes the computer can take just a tad bit long to load. I'm sure everybody has to deal with sticky technology in all their jobs, so I'm sure you understand. Okay, so you have a history of heart disease in the family. Can you expand a little bit on that? What, first of all, what family members? Is it your mom's side, your dad's side? Is it your parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles? Okay. So your grandpa had to have a heart transplant. Okay. And is that maternal or paternal, grandpa? Do you know the name of the disease he had, or why he needed to have a heart transplant? Okay. Okay, cardiomyopathy, alright. Okay, so that particular disease is genetic. However, it doesn't skip generations. So, do you happen to know if your mother was tested for cardiomyopathy? Because if she does not have the gene, sorry, excuse the clinic cat, he just does what he wants. If your mother does not have the gene for cardiomyopathy, then you won't either. So if she's already been tested, then you are probably good to go. I'm not saying that there aren't other heart diseases that could, or not even diseases really, but not other heart issues that might pop up. So obviously we're still going to proceed with the test and be taking this seriously, but do you happen to know if your mother was tested for cardiomyopathy? Okay, you don't know. All right. All right. And is there anything else that you're aware of that runs in your family regarding heart disease? Okay, so that's on your mother's side as well? Okay. And they have okay. So that particular heart disease is more on the minor side, just like a couple things you'll want to watch out for if that ended up being the case, but that one is not nearly as serious as cardiomyopathy, of course. So just to kind of hopefully put your mind a little bit at ease. So that is what brought you in today. So let's move on with some of my other questions. Are you currently taking any medication? Okay. And the other medication that you said. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Okay. And how often do you take that? Okay, so that one's just as needed. Okay. Alright. And anything else? Okay, yeah. And do you know the name of that specific type that you take? Okay. Yeah, there's a few different ones that are all kind of similarly named. Okay. And finally, do you take any over-the-counter medicine, just like fish oil, omega-3s, anything like that? That's more than just, like ibuprofen when you've got a headache. Okay. And you take that every day, you said? Just once a day? Okay. Alright, so that's all for medication? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So, do you have any allergies to specifically medication, but also just anything else that you're aware of? Okay. No medications that you know of. You don't take too many, so that's good. Okay, and just in general then? Okay. Yeah, we're about to be getting into the pollen season around here, so I was just wondering if you had anything like that. Okay. Next, any diseases or anything that you've already been diagnosed with? Okay. Yeah, definitely physical and mental as well, so if there's anything. So, anxiety and stress does play a big role in our heart health. So, a lot of the time, patients will come in because they've been experiencing symptoms of what they believe to be heart issues, because they'll have had what's actually happened is that they've either been under a lot of stress, which can cause our chest to get tight sometimes, or they've been experiencing things like panic attacks that often make it feel like our heart is racing. And if you don't know the signs of a panic attack versus having your heart just racing or heart palpitations or anything like that, it may be a little scary. So a lot of the patients that come in are actually just experiencing symptoms of anxiety and stress. So that is something to watch out for and to be aware of as well. Okay. Alright. So I believe that's everything because the receptionist took your information already in terms of your insurance and identification, right? Great, okay. So then we will go ahead and move on to the EKG portion of the exam. So this is the only test we're going to run on you today, okay? And if anything comes back, the cardiologist will see it on the EKG reading. He'll be able to tell you about it today before you leave. You won't have to wait for any test results, which is nice. And then he'll talk about any next steps, if any is needed at all, okay? Have you ever had an EKG before? Okay. It's very, very simple. I've just got this handy machine just over here. And you might see a lot of chords coming off of it. I promise it's not as scary as it looks. So what I'm going to do is I have just these little stickies that I'm going to put 2 on your chest and a couple on your abdomen as well. There's specific points that we place them on to get an accurate reading. So once I've stuck these on you, I will then attach some of the cords that are attached to this machine. I will just stick these to the stickies on you, and then I'll turn on the machine and it will take a reading. The reading will take about 30 seconds. It's very, very quick. It's completely painless. They won't shock you or anything. You won't feel it at all. A lot of the time, the patients who come in don't even know that it's happening before it's over. So it's truly not something to be concerned about at all. So, but what I will ask of you is just to try to slow your breathing. Let's just try to calm down a little bit. I know that this can be stressful. Anything regarding vital organs at a doctor's office is always a little stressful, but I promise you have nothing to worry about. And it sounds like between your age and your health and even your family history that I wouldn't be worried if I were you. If there is anything that comes up, we'll be able to know about it right away, and we'll be able to start treatments if needed a little iffy about some of those symptoms that I mentioned that could be stress symptoms instead, tightness in your chest, racing heart, that type of thing, we'll be able to let you know for sure that it's not any major heart problems, and that you can probably assume that it's just stress. But regardless, we're just gonna take some deep breaths and we're going to relax. You are definitely safe here. You're right where you need to be. We will take care of anything if there is anything, and if there's not, you will have peace of mind and you won't need to come back for at least a year until you want to do your next preventative assessment. So take some deep breaths with me. So we'll inhale for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 3. Okay. Again. Are you starting to feel a little bit better? Yeah. Just focus on totally relaxing. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. You've got nothing else to do right now. You've got no other responsibilities in the world other than just to be here. You are in the most important place for you right now. And I don't know that if you've taken off work to come today, or if you're on your lunch break, or if you don't work today but you work tomorrow, or if you've got to go to school. None of that matters right now. This is the most important thing. So I want you to just clear your mind of anything that might be a stressor that you don't even know about. So just focus on me. Focus on our beautiful, pretty lights that we have in our office, and just try to relax. While you continue to breathe, I will just go ahead and place these stickies on you, okay? Let's grab the rest of them. I'm going to have you lift up your shirt. Are you okay with that? Thank you. So, I'm going to put 2 on your chest, just here and here. And then on your abdomen, I'll be putting 2 on your left side and 2 on your right side, just along your ribs. Is that okay? Alright. Okay. So just put 1 right there. Okay. Grab the second one. And I'll just put this one right there. Okay. The third one. This one will go on your ribs. So don't worry, it's not going to be cold or anything like that. My hands might be cold, but I'll try to be brief. Okay. There's 3. This one will go just underneath that third one on your rib cage as well. Okay, there's 4. This will be the 5th one. This one will go in your other rib cage, just right here. Alright, and grab the final one, the 6th tree on each side. Okay. So just put that right there. Perfect. Okay. So, okay. How do those feel? They're not pulling or anything, right? Okay. So then I've just got these cords, and they're just attached to this machine over here. The machine doesn't do anything except just take a reading on your some stuff around your heart. The cardiologist can explain more than I can about that if you're interested, but it's pretty scientific. But anyway, I just have these little nodes at the end of each of the cords. I'm just going to attach them to each of your stickies, and then I'll start the reading, and you'll just relax for 30 seconds, and then we'll be over, and I'll take them all off, and we'll be good to go. Are you ready? Okay. So just got the first one here. I'll put it there. Get the second one. Put it right there. Okay. And are those two okay up on your chest? Okay. Alright, then I'll get the next one for your rib cage, and there below on your rib cage. Okay, and then there. And finally, just right there. That one fell off right there. Okay. How does that all feel? Okay. Feels good. Just making sure all the wires are kind of straightened and not tangled at all. They're a little tangled. Okay. Alright. Cool. Now I'm just going to start the machine, okay? Alright. And just now that it started, just focus on your breathing. What are you doing for the holidays? Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah? Are you gonna get to see anybody while you're there? Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm actually jealous. I'm just staying here, probably working. Well, I'm glad to hear that you've got some good plans for the holidays. Okay, and the reading is already done, so I can look at the graph right now and not be able to tell you anything about it. That is why I'm about to go and get the cardiologist, but before I do that, obviously I'm going to unhook you from the machine. Let's find the cords here. And I'll just take off the nodes. 1, 2, 3 on that side, and then on this side. 1, 2, 3, and we're good to go there. And I'm just going to quickly take off one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know. find that it's quicker and more painless to just do them like a band-aid. But it's over now, and I will go and get the cardiologist to talk to you, alright? Alright, thank you. Oh, it was great to meet you, and you have a fun and safe holiday, and the cardiologist will be right in. Hi, how's it going? Yes, you just took the Ekg test, and I just took a look at your results, and I'm just gonna talk about some stuff with you, okay? So, how are you feeling? The exam is essentially over, but I can see that you're still a little nervous. You're waiting on the results, of course. I just want to start out by saying there's nothing concerning in your Ekg test at all. So I took a look, and now that you're kind of a little less nervous, took a look, and everything seems completely healthy. There is a slight abnormality, but before you start worrying about it at all, about 90% of the people that we run these tests on do have the same abnormality show up in their graph test, and of those, that's of the people that there's nothing actually wrong with. Okay, so it's extremely, extremely common to have this abnormality in your tests, and it could be anything. It could be what you had for lunch. It could be that you were nervous taking the test. It could be general stress that you're under. It could be anything really, okay? So, what I'm going to do, and I'm only going to do this because of your family history, I am going to prescribe a ultrasound test for your heart, and again, it's just preventative. So, and that won't be today. You'll go to the receptionist again, and you will book a new appointment for a couple weeks out, probably. I don't want you to worry about this at all. This abnormality we see all the time, and the only reason I'm even having you come back for a secondary exam is because of your family history of heart disease, okay? So yeah, don't stress about it at all. And I want you to know that if you were concerned about your test results at all, if there was anything seriously wrong with your heart, it would be more than just a slight abnormality that we see in 90% of people, okay? If there was something really wrong, the graph test would show it, okay? Alright. Before I go on, do you have any questions for me? Okay. Alright. So, good. Do you feel any better? Yes, good. Yeah, the ultrasound is just to make sure your heart is good and strong and healthy. But if it was unhealthy, we would know by this point, okay? So, truly don't stress about it at all, alright? Okay. So, at this point, if you don't have any questions for me, I am going to go ahead and let the receptionist know that you'll be coming up to book the echo heart ultrasound. I believe the soonest availability is later this month, but she'll let you know. She's got the calendars and everything, and then after that, she'll book a second follow-up appointment with me, and that's just going to be a chat about the results. And she could probably book that same day for you after the ultrasound if you've got time that day, okay? Alright. Well, in that case, again, if you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to go and do that now. But it was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope that you do feel better, peace of mind wise, And if you do end up having any questions for me afterwards, just feel free to give my office a call. The business cards for everybody will be